So the first thing I do is found a new city using the B key, or that found city button they give you as a settler unit. As in previous versions of Civilization, I prioritized starting my first city right away, not looking for the perfect location. Speed does matter in all versions of Civilization. They started me out with a warriors unit, but not a builders or workers unit yet. So I will have to prioritize building a builders unit. And I'm going to develop animal husbandry. To start out with, because as in Civilization 5, you start out with basically pre-agricultural, pre-civilization technology. And as in the other Civilization games where I was given a unit to start out with, I'm using the unit for exploration. My warriors unit have already found the city-state of Jakarta there. City-states are a part of Civilization that returns for 6. They first became prominent in Civilization 5. And city-states can be handy as allies and trading partners and so on. So I will try to ally with Jakarta eventually, at least from the standpoint of trade. This next turn button over here is a new feature. Not that it's revolutionary, because there have been various forms of this throughout the Civilization series. I just developed animal husbandry with the quote that comes with it. One new feature of Civilization 6 is that the quotes having to do with different events in the games can be mixed up a little bit. There's more than one possibility for each event, so you don't know which one it's going to be. So my unit needs orders. So I'm inexperienced, so I try to send them too close to Jakarta, basically into Jakarta, and my advisor tells me that would involve going to war. And it's not clear that they're sitting ducks, so I will get as close to them as possible and then withdraw. Because I only have one unit and I can't waste it at this stage in the game. This game, of course, will be very short. The demo version only allows 60 turns. In addition to only allowing you to play the Chinese. So now I'm going to build my builder. Basically the Civilization 6 version of a worker. At least in the initial stages of the game. And I'm going to continue exploring with my warrior there. You're severely limited in what your builders can build early in the game. Basically, every kind of improvement is connected to a technology. So pastures are the ones you get from animal husbandry. Another thing that happens is, as you use builders, I don't know if this is true of the later worker units, but as you use builders, they die off, presumably from workplace injuries. So you have to regularly replace them in Civilization 6, because they will not survive simply by not being attacked and by being supplied adequately. They do die off.
Policies in our government can be of great benefit. Our people await your decree.
It appears you only have one advisor in Civilization 6.
But authority that makes a law.
Who advises you about everything. So, Code of Laws is the civic completed. I haven't completely figured out how these work. I'm obviously going to go with the most basic civic policies here. Or social policies. You can't actually change your government very easily until you get more technologies. And in the end, I didn't change the government in this playthrough. I stayed as a chief. And I experimented, as you'll see. This is only my second time playing the demo. But I didn't get very far in trying to game it, if you will. I am going to adopt craftsmanship to see if it's any use to me. Pottery will be necessary for various agricultural improvements. These warriors, meanwhile, are just exploring, not achieving very much yet. One thing I found is that it appears the landmass that you're given for the demo is always the same. It doesn't change from game to game, so I more or less know what my warrior is exploring, but I'm doing the exploration anyway. I know that down in the southwest there's a coast. There won't be unlimited land to develop. So my builders built another pasture there, because that's still pretty much the only thing they can build.
I thought clay must feel happy in the good potter's hand.
Pottery's completed. So I'll research something very basic, irrigation, so that I can build farmland. Farmland is just called farmland in Civilization 6. It's not like Civilization 2 where there's a distinction between irrigation and farmland. So they now have the option, once irrigation is developed, of turning that into farmland there. But it looks as if I may have some difficulty doing it at this stage. Xi'an is expanding. Well, I was able to build farmland anyway. I guess that's unirrigated farmland. Very little of this makes any sense. One of the things that I have found is that farmland, as in most of the versions of Civilization since 3, is not something you can build easily. You need to have fresh water and other resources. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do with this builder next, because the unit needs orders, and unfortunately I can't do very much with them yet. I could try and develop some farmland up here. I think that last builder is going to die after this job, so I'm going to have to build another builder unit. See, they won't let me do very much up there, because I don't have irrigation. For some reason they let me do farmland down south there, but not up there. Maybe because the farmland in the south is next to a river. So there appears to be some battle down there between my warrior and those barbarian warriors. So it appears I have more than one. I'm getting confused now. It appears I have more than one builder unit. Okay, yeah. I did build it earlier and I commented on that. I've forgotten that I have 2 of them. It's my warriors unit.
Skill without imagination is craftsmanship.
It is actually taking a lot of casualties here. I have developed craftsmanship. I won't actually be able to use this yet because I don't have enough other policies to combine it with. So I do, as you can see, look at my policies to see if there's anything I can do. And there just isn't a whole lot, so I'm going to research military tradition, and in the meantime I have to figure out what I'm going to do about these barbarian slingers here. The slingers unit isn't completely new for Civilization 6, but in Civilization 5 it was Inca only. It's a precursor to the archers unit, the basic archers. And I'm running out of time, so this will be continued in the next part.